downtown with your bitch in the coupe. She sucking my dick like she slurping on soup. I can't fuck with the hoe. I just passed to my crew when I'm done with your bitch. Yeah, we all elite.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 16 to the Centerfold podcast. I am your host, Andre Ross-Maneth, and I'm joined, as always,
by King Features.
And we have a little of a different setup tonight. This is probably the only time you ever see this setup. This is like a one-time type deal. We have a dog in between us chilling. There's another one walk around over there. But we have some good conversation today. We have some topics that we're going to get into. What's the first one you got for today?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't even know what we're talking about today. But look, we can tell them about what we did today. What did we do today, Andre?
Well, for me, I stayed in all day and just played video games because that's the type of guy I am. I don't really see a point to just going out like every night. Sounds exhausting. Like maybe I'll go out like maybe once or twice a week, but that's it. Shit sounds exhausting, especially when I work all day. Yeah, that just sounds tiring. I'm not with that, you know.
I mean, going out really ain't too bad. I'm not too worried about going out. Like, I'm eating Skittles. We was talking about it early in the car. I'm telling you, bruh. Did we grow up just not going outside, bro? Cause we live in Jacksonville, and No, we went outside, but like we went outside with it.
What does that mean?
Was you outside with it?
What does that mean?
Like, this is weird to describe, bro. Like,
it's not a fucking thing. That's why it's probably weird to describe.
All right, if I put it like this, you understand? Were we in the streets, nigga?
Was I in the streets?
Was you in the streets?
I mean, I actually, play with the kids in my neighborhood. So
no, nigga.
What does that mean? What are you trying to say?
Were you in the streets?
What does that mean?
Oh my! Get the mic, bro. Cause I knew you was gonna do this.
I don't know what that means. Could you explain what that means? Maybe I can get an answer for you.
Selling that fucking dope, nigga. In the streets, nigga.
Are you fucking?
If I say,
I don't want to use that word. Are you slow?
No.
Seems like it.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Stop doing that.
What?
This nonsense. It's whack.
You can eat my dick.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't really see a point of going out every night. Shit is exhausting. I definitely rather stay in than go out. But I can be coaxed into going out every now and again if someone were to ask. Like, if it sounds like a good time, then maybe I'll pull up. Like, tonight, me and Jamar, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings today. It was quite a pleasant time. Would you agree?
Yeah, I actually had fun.
Yeah. Good.
We low-key got swindled into going.
We did, but, that's the reason we're there.
It turned out to be good, though, so.
Yeah.
I ain't even really too mad at it. I mean, I'm cool with what happened. I got a question.
Yeah, what is it?
First question of the day. I feel different with this mic in my hand. Because, I spent money on it, so I never really got to use it. Now I feel like I got to, slow down talking.
Could you just want to get the question out there or what?
I'm just talking to the people, dog. I'm talking to the...
You just said you had a fucking question. So you going to get there or not?
Are you letting Natalie Thorntman... What's her name? Natalie who? I forgot. You letting Natalie Portman beat your ass with a hammer?
No.
You're not going to let her...
I am not into that... What is that? That BDSM torture porn shit. So, no, I'm good.
You're not going to let Natalie Portman beat your ass with a hammer?
No, I am not. I have dignity, unlike you, apparently.
Big on hammer like she Thor, you're not going to let her beat you with it?
Fun fact, she's actually going to become Lady Thor in the next movie, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Thor, Love and Thunder, or God and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, yeah.
Oh, it's really called Love and Thunder? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty close.
You're going to have Christian Bale in there, too. He's my favorite actor of all time.
What is he going to be doing?
He's going to be I assume he's going to be the villain.
The antagonist?
Yeah, which should be fun.
You ain't going to applaud me for that big-ass word I just used?
I'm not going to give you applause for using a simple-ass word, nigga.
Antagonist?
Yeah.
Dude, I went through all of high school not knowing what the fuck an antagonist is.
That's why you didn't pay attention in class.
Was she fine? I'm trying to figure out the teacher was fine. There was one fine teacher, boy.
Shout her out by name. She don't watch this.
She might.
She don't.
You don't know that?
I do.
Bro, chill out.
Nobody over the age of 22 watches the show probably. You gotta go. What the
Oh!
What the fuck?
Oh! Oh, snap. That's the most active I've ever seen these dogs before. Sorry, we have dogs in here. Anyways, so you're not gonna let Natalie Portman beat your ass with a hammer?
No.
When I say beat your ass with a hammer, I mean imagine she coming down with the hammer and you just standing there and she hit you with that shit. That shit not gonna turn you on?
What is wrong with you?
I'm not trying to make it like this, but you don't think
you're definitely trying to make it like something? That's for sure.
I'm just saying in general, I would let her beat my ass with a hammer.
That's you. You know, I'm good. I'm not.
And once again, on this week of who is getting on Andre's head, pause. You be saying some outrageous things. People tell me.
Who are these people?
It's like one new person a week.
What?
Like they'll like go through the clips, and I'll be like,
"Oh, okay. Here's what I have to say about that. I genuinely don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's like that." Next question.
Fuck. I didn't think you'll be a.
I'll say what I say. It's that simple.
All right, Marshawn Lynch.
That's right. Yeah. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
You're just here so you won't get fined.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Anyways, let's talk USA basketball real quick. You actually watched the Olympics, which I didn't even know.
Okay, let me get into this. I'm actually a huge fan of the Olympics. I'm into the track and field stuff, and then of course basketball. Obviously, Summer Olympics is better than the Winter Olympics for sure. Fun fact about the Olympics: they actually have a new sport in this year, and they have skateboarding. It's an official Olympic sport now, by the way. That should be fun. Although I'm not really too much in. Why would you go across the camera like that? Why would you go across?
Bro,
Why would you go across the shot?
bro? Man.
Just sit down. Stop yelling. You're overreacting for no reason. Anyway, I'm not done.
I had something about the skateboarding thing.
You had some of the skateboarding?
Yeah. Recently, I watched the podcast with Rob Dyrdek, and he was talking about like I didn't know how much of a role he played in the getting skateboarding like really up there. Cause I knew Tony Hawk was that, but I didn't know Rob Dyrdek played such a big part too. Like you know the line DC Shoes. No. I didn't know that was Rob Dyrdek's brand.
I don't know who the fuck Rob Dyrdek is. So.
You've never heard of Ridiculousness?
I've heard of it. I just don't watch that garbage.
Fantasy Factory?
Nope. Don't know what that is.
Please don't chew on this. You've never heard of Fantasy Factory?
No.
MTV?
I know what MTV is.
But you've never heard of Ridiculousness?
I've heard of Ridiculousness. I don't watch that.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, it's trash.
Okay. Anyway, just Rob Dyrdek really helped push that skateboarder notion. Just that I thought it out there.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely a big track and field guy. Shot put is really fun to watch. I actually found myself watching water polo today. Water polo is actually it's a fairly fun sport to watch. I'm not even lying. I was actually having a good time watching it because it looks exhausting because you have to be able to swim. The quarters are 6 minutes long each, right? You have to be swimming the entire time. You can't touch the ground or it's the penalty, and you got to try to score on a goal. It's basically soccer but in a pool, and you can use your hands. But it looked like a lot of fun. And then they have 3v3 basketball in the Olympics now. That's really cool. That feels like a whole new element to, because, with 5-on-5, you're going up and down the court. It's usually like the same thing. Also, FIBA rules are different. So, it's actually competitive basketball. It's not just foul baiting every 2 seconds. So that's a lot of fun, too. Olympics is a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan. And gymnastics is always fun, too, of course. And you have, Simone Biles, the GOAT, going to get another gold,
How good is Simone Biles, actually?
She's the GOAT.
Do you know any? Do you know?
No.
Oh, so that's just the only.
I mean, no, but literally everyone says she's the GOAT.
Really?
Everyone. She is the GOAT. Simone Biles is the GOAT. It's that simple. Point period blank. GOAT.
I'm just curious, do you know how they rank gymnastics, stuff like that? How do they rank who's like good and how good a person is in gymnastics? How do they rank that?
I have no idea.
So you just watch it?
Yeah.
Actually, that's nothing.
I mean, they're doing flips. I can't do that shit. It looks impressive. And they're getting all types of hang time. They're doing like multiple flips in the air. I can't do that shit. It's impressive. I'm impressed. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm just confused about. I'm just confused in the point of how whenever you watch
I assume there are judges and they give you points based on what you do.
But let's say someone goes up, I must do the same thing they did. Would I get lower points for that, or do they take off originality?
That's not a word you just used.
Originality. Is that a better word?
Probably. They give you points off originality. I'm gonna use your word there. And then I assume there's some sort of point system that they go down the list and they just fucking
Are you looking it up right now?
No, I'm looking at how many gold medals Simone Biles has.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I actually love the idea of the 3v3. When you told me about it, I thought you were really ecstatic about it.
4 gold medals.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, I'm actually really curious to see what USA does because I ain't gonna lie to you right now. See, USA basketball is fucking up right now. I think it's just the people too, because the people don't realize that this isn't like what it was back in the day. How America just came in and just blasted everybody.
That's true.
Yeah, go ahead and give your thoughts on that.
The world has changed. The world has gotten much better at basketball. I mean, there are a couple of foreign prospects that are like top 10 NBA level right now, right?
Are you talking about the tall white kid? There's like a really tall white kid that Skip Bayless had high hopes on.
Well, he's American, so no, I'm not talking about him.
Oh, he's American?
Yes.
He
was on the American team.
I didn't know that.
He won
actually.
gold for America.
Damn.
But Victor Wembanyama, who's France, who's projected number 1 overall pick for 2023 right now. Of course, you have Luka Doncic, who's really good. And USA has KD on it, and that team should be, they should be over there, at least, they should win every game. But, the world has changed. Other countries have gotten better at basketball. I mean, you have, who was it that beat us? Was it Nigeria?
Yeah, just say Nigeria, yeah.
It was Nigeria, and they beat the fuck out of us. No joke. They beat the fuck out of us. And they had a lot of NBA level guys on there, And so some of them were bench warmers in the NBA, but if you're a bench warmer in the NBA, you're still good. You're still a good basketball player. It doesn't matter. And then of course you have Olympic Patty Mills, who's a god. Whenever he touches an Olympic basketball, he just scorches earth. And then you have Matthew Dellavedova, Pau Gasol is still playing. Louis Scola, remember Louis Scola?
Louis Scola still plays?
Louis Scola
Italy?
still plays Olympic basketball for Italy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured Italy.
Yeah, he's still up there. Actually, it might not be. It might be Spain.
Might be Spain.
I think it's Spain.
One of the two, but that's still really good though. Huh.
Olympic basketball is good stuff. It's good stuff.
Quick thought. Now, I'm actually tag you people. I'm not gonna in the post when I posted. I'll tag them, but bro, I'm in a group chat right now with people, and they're telling me KD is the best player ever. And then I'm seeing, I just don't like recency bias. When did recency bias really become a thing, bro? Take it over.
Dirk Nowitzki's 1 ring has greater value than Kevin Durant's. What does he have? 2 rings? Yeah. Greater value. That's all I have to say about that. And Giannis's too.
So Giannis's and KD's ring hold a higher value in your heart than KD's ring?
Yes.
Explain.
He joined the 73-9 Warriors. What more do I need to say? I mean, of course they still count. I'm not one of those guys that just say the rings don't count, because they count. I know. I mean, he got the rings. They're there. It's not like they're just all of a sudden invalid. I mean, they're there. But like, in terms of like worth, I think Dirk and Giannis's rings hold more weight, in my opinion. If you get what I mean there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't disagree with that statement, but what I do disagree is these weird people that keep saying these the past 2 years. There's been an asterisk next to every single championship win.
Weird behavior. That shouldn't even be a thing. Like, it's injuries happen; they're a part of the game. It's just how it goes. And then the bubble. I mean, like, what the fuck you want them to do? Like what? COVID. What did you want them to do? Like, come on.
And then you talk about having like a shorter off season, but I'm like, if you really think about it, every year the team that makes the finals, their off season is already shorter than everybody else's.
True, except their off season was like 70 days, so. That's where it's different.
That is different, but I mean, like, people just act like I'm sure the same injuries would not have happened that everybody had, and it would be different. But there's a lot of people that I see when they talk basketball, they love to like not count like these last 2 years. Some people don't even like to count the Kawhi ring.
That's also weird behavior.
They're like, oh man, it was just Curry. I'm like, why do you act like Fred VanVleet was not out there holding Steph Curry? And then on the fact of holding him, he was getting his own too. Like, why? Like, he wasn't putting that hole in the rim. That's what I'm confused about. Fred VanVleet was putting that hole in the rim. Now, Kyle Lowry, he might have been just running up and down the court doing line touches, while Pascal, Kawhi, and Fred VanVleet was doing all the work, and he was just there. But it wasn't like he wasn't doing business. Okay, and please don't touch that. Let's not ignore that fact that they weren't going crazy. Give your thoughts on that.
The Raptors won. Get over it. Don't be a bitch. It's that simple. On top of that, I'd also want to talk about how some niggas apparently just don't like NBA basketball. Because apparently I saw this on Twitter. It was a Twitter conversation like when the finals were going on. People were legitimately saying on Twitter, I'm pretty sure they were being 100% serious, talking about could this be the worst NBA finals ever, as if we didn't come off of like just straight Braun and Golden State finals. And Braun got swept by the best team ever on paper. Like what the fuck? Do you not like NBA basketball? Are you stupid? Like they're talking about some man. Ain't nobody's gonna tune into this bullshit, nigga. You wanted unpredictability. Now you got it. I don't see what the fuck's to complain about. I guess you just don't like basketball. Couldn't be me.
I agree with that statement too. And then there's people trying to give asterisks over the bubble season. The bubble season should not have an asterisk, especially. I don't even know if you guys were watching the games. Like there were people that were trying to tell me Anthony Davis did not play a role in the Lakers winning that championship ring. When I'm sitting here looking at these people. I'm like, there's no way you can tell me Anthony Davis did not play a role in the Lakers winning that championship. If you watch that finals, if you really watched, or if you watch any other series, whenever there was a pick and roll option, AD was going out and guarding the guards. This isn't like what we saw in the last series with the Suns versus the Bucks, how Chris Paul would get that switch and he just killed Brook Lopez. I mean, the first two games before the dumb coach made adjustments, Chris Paul was just shooting mid-ranges with ease. It's like they wasn't even in his face. Brook Lopez was in this bit playing 40 minutes when he should not have been.
I just want to apologize to Coach Mike Budenholzer. You stepped up there at the end there. You actually decided to make adjustments that people were calling for. And I'm gonna say you deserve to keep your job. You know, unless you somehow miss the Bucks should be back in the Eastern Conference Finals next year. That's like, I think anything less, then it's like maybe take into consideration the firing. But Mike Budenholzer, I apologize. So that's all I had to say about that.
You were really dogging Mike Budenholzer, dog.
Who wasn't? I mean, that nigga wasn't doing shit.
He really wasn't doing anything, bro. Which was kind of weird to me. But I wasn't too like crazed about it. But like, I mean, I was rooting for the Suns. So when he wasn't making adjustments, and I'm over here watching Brook Lopez play 41 minutes, and I'm watching Bobby Portis get killed on screens, I'm over here. Yes.
How did it feel to get reverse swept though? How did that feel?
I'm not gonna lie, that Bucks Suns series, I had Suns in 4, but that was because of the bias. In my heart, I really thought I was gonna go 7. With my bad, I thought I was gonna go 7 with a Giannis 60 point game, and we just lose Game 7 by 60 points because Giannis was gonna have all 60.
I mean that's kind of what happened because in that Game 6, Giannis had damn near half of the Bucks points. That man dropped a 50 piece in a closeout game, the greatest closeout game probably in NBA history. At least one of. I mean, of course, there's going to be some MJ ones up there, obviously, but, you know.
The MJ closeout games was nowhere near like this. MJ closeout games with him hitting like a clutch shot or him really just taking over. Now, I don't know the facts too. I don't know the history and the depth and like all that's too clear. So I think that's why we're saying it's one of, because we're not fully sure of really where it holds value at. So I think
It's got to be up there, though. It's got to be.
Is it better than the 60-point triple-double in the Gordon?
Well, one is for the NBA Finals, one is for a regular season game. So, you be the judge.
Spike Lee was there.
Nigga, and?
You fuck with Spike Lee movies?
He has a movie on my top 10 all time, so yeah.
Ooh, let me guess. Let me guess the Spike Lee movie you have on your top 10 list. He Got Game?
No.
That's the only Spike movie yet. That's the only Spike Lee movie I know.
Black Klansman.
Is it about niggas?
It's about. Have you never seen Black Klansman?
That sounds like the KKK.
It is about a black. It's based on a true story. It's about a black officer in Colorado, who infiltrated the KKK chapter in Colorado. It's a pretty fun movie. Adam Driver and Denzel's son is in that movie. That's what It's a good movie. Great movie. Love it.
I think that's a great way to segue into the next. Sorry, guys, we had a quick interruption, but I do plan on having. I want to have your dad on the podcast too, because he's a high school teacher, so I feel like he can give us some insight and stories on there too.
Okay.
This is like a year from now, though. A year from now, when the podcast is like big.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
But we actually have some fire guests that will be coming on this podcast soon. And now, I may sound crazy, but the people that are going to be on this podcast yet, I haven't asked them yet, but I know they're going to be on it.
John David Washington.
Who?
Never mind. Keep talking.
Oh, is that Denzel Washington's little brother? I mean, son? Yeah. You want to have him on the podcast?
That won't happen. But that'd be cool.
Man, I think we can get him on the podcast.
He was in that movie with Zendaya.
Why you call her Zendaya?
No reason.
So I love how she's a superstar and you still won't even elaborate your situation on her.
I don't see any reason to.
You ain't gonna talk about how you had met her that one time?
Bitch.
Nigga, he was aggressive as hell, bruh. But nah, like I was saying though, bro. The habanero mango, but Buffalo Wild Wings, that motherfucker is dangerous. It's dangerously hot. I was a little bitch. I was trying to play it off. I'm over here trying to talk, bruh. It was so hot, I couldn't even close my goddamn lips, bruh. Like, when my lips touched, I was fucking, like, I was insanely just out of it, bro. But, anyways, shout out Buffalo Wild Wings. Another thing we should talk about is, I'm such a homebody. It don't make, like, we talked about this early in the podcast, like, 15 minutes ago, but when I say me and Andre are homebodies, me and this dude are homebodies. Like, ask Nari, bruh. I don't ever want to leave my goddamn house. And it's not that I don't want to leave my house. It's just, I'm like, I could. So not putting any shit on anybody, but here's my thought process. Why would I go out on Instagram and post these pictures of shit that I have, but I really don't got? Like, bring me a Gatorade. Why would I go out here and post these pictures to live this fantasy life? Like, I know friends that go out every day and they party and they do all this, like, oh man, tonight, last night was a movie, bruh. But I'm like, why would I do that when I can stay inside and learn something? Why would I go?
They say last night was a movie, but that shit was probably whack as hell, and they were standing in a corner at a party, probably. And they were like, hey, where the hoes at? But when the hoes show up, they just... Or they take out their phone and they just be... Doing goddamn streaks. Continue your thought.
Do you do streaks still? We're in 2021, Andre. Do you? If you have, okay, here's the thing. If you have more than 5 streaks, you do streaks.
I do not have more than 5. I have like maybe 3.
But okay, so here's the thing with streaks. I feel like it's not really considered a streak if y'all just friends and y'all literally just talk every day.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself sending a black screen with S?
No.
Have you ever done streaks before?
Maybe when like I first got Snapchat.
I don't know. That streak shit is just stupid to me. Now, like, niggas, like, I don't know. I just don't feel special. That might be why I don't like streaks. I don't be feeling special.
Have you ever sent a streak to a girl to try to get her to talk to you?
I think every nigga has sent a streak to a girl.
I've done it. I can say it. I've done it. It's happened before, yeah. Straight up.
Have you sent someone an accident and then, like, you bitched out and was like, it is an accident. It wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah. I've also done that. Bro,
Just let him in. Right. First of all, y'all dudes on Snap. First of all, if you're on Snapchat in 2021, you should be spitting game or getting hoes. There's no way you're on Snapchat for fun. If you see my Snapchat, it's either to promote the damn podcast or I'm just gonna post some cute shit.
Some light skin shit, you mean?
What?
Some light skin shit.
First of all, nigga, ain't nobody light skinned.
Leave down in the comments below if you think this nigga is light skinned. Because this man be posting some borderline, not even borderline, that shit is light skinned as fuck. So leave down in the comments below, give me your opinion on his light skinnedness. Just leave it down below and I'll respond to you. What do you want?
For those of you guys, this will be the first podcast that goes on Spotify.
That's great.
For those of you guys that are watching this on YouTube, thank you guys.
If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like. Leave down in the comments about how light skinned this nigga is right here.
Ain't Ain't nobody light skinned. So for the podcast, since next week I think we'll be having our guest. I think we need to figure out some good questions that we should ask our guests.
Who is our guest?
Oh, you want to know the first guest for the podcast?
Yeah.
It's one of three. It's either Nari, Imri, or Justin.
I know of 2 of those people.
I'll probably figure out which one I want to do, because then I feel like we'll have Tyrell, and then we'll do our first podcast. But
That's fastly approaching, so you're gonna, figure that out at some point tomorrow or next week. Like, nigga, when?
them niggas don't do shit all day, so yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. But what are some good questions you guys would want? So, like, what are some good questions?
The audience gives us some questions to ask our guest, whoever it may be. Just like general questions. If you want to, leave them down below. We'll pick a couple of them, and we'll use them. And this is where you put the clip on Instagram so you can get some questions going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. But like, I just know when
we'll get our own questions, of course, because we can't just count on the fucking viewers. Because some niggas just be fucking here to watch and nothing else, and that's okay.
Like, I know when I'm watching a certain podcast, I just be like, why are y'all not asking like these questions? But I'm pretty sure probably before you're like, okay, you can't ask questions about this, or this. But then sometimes I'm just like, bro, this is like a logical question you should ask. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like when I'm driving in my car. So here's how it goes. Usually I listen to my podcast during work.
You also listen to your own podcast for some reason.
I listen to my own podcast because I'm convinced there's nobody on this planet that's fucking funnier than me and you and Tyrell combined.
That's great. I don't watch them back because
I live it, so I don't need to watch it back.
It's true. Why the fuck I need to watch it when I lived it? What's gonna happen is I'm gonna do this right here and then never see any of this footage ever, except for when you post the clips on Instagram. That's it.
I mean, that's a pretty good lifestyle. I mean, I ain't really too mad at it, but just.
Oh, also, hey, Jamar, if you're trying to go to sleep, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, call back from episode, what was that, 13 or 14, something like that? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
You're a bitch, Jamari.
I'm actually surprised this podcast, we've done this many episodes, bro. You're a bitch. Okay, nigga. Thank you. He's currently staring down the camera right now, letting him know I am a bitch. But nah, I plan on having guests on the podcast. Like, I just don't know what questions people will like want to know, cause that's what I was saying. When I watch podcasts, I usually watch podcasts when I'm at work, and then when I drive home. When I go 2 places, I'm usually listening to music, but when I'm going home, it's straight podcast, bro.
I listen to podcasts when I'm at work.
What podcast do you watch?
I listen to the Locked On Pacers podcast, which is a daily Pacers podcast. I listen to Annual Pass, which is the theme park podcast. And then I listen to the Pat McAfee Show, which is another daily thing. So,
the podcast I watch, Peer to Peer, Saint Losers, those are, and then I kind of dabble. Then I kind of dabble in other podcasts, just so I can like steal certain things and what people do. And certain aspects of what they do, because I'm still like, this is all new to me. Like, we got this camera, bruh. Boy, tell them how long it took me to focus this goddamn shit, and I can still barely do it.
This nigga sucks with a camera, which makes me wonder why he dropped blank amount of money on it, because this nigga has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Look, I have some experience with it, and I picked that shit up. It was like that. This nigga picked it up, and that man. Somehow he take a picture that was blurry. He take a second picture, it somehow get worse. Like it's not that hard either. It's pretty simple, but he was still fucking it up somehow.
Anyways, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of went this podcast with like 3 general topics, and we really didn't get to any of them, but. This is a new camera, so I just wanted to do this podcast. If it's bad, we'll record it again Monday. I doubt we'll have to re-record it. We don't really re-record these shits. We don't.
No, we actually do not at all. We had to re-record 0 of them because fuck that shit.
Yeah. Anyways, wrap this shit up, Andre.
That has been episode 16 of the Centerfold podcast, which we may or may not have named after a strip club. I've been your host, Andre Smith, and I've been joined by...
King motherfucking features. We out.
And I'm Huey Lewis, and that was the news. Hell yeah. I'm still doing it, baby.
I think about you